I think the world has changed the reward mechanisms. I mean, when we were growing up and I was in business school, we used to hear about Japanese system of employment and perpetual, and one guy would go in after graduation and then leave 40 years later working for the same company. I think those concepts have kind of gone away now. Today, what has started getting appreciated, and I think it's kind of leveled the field. Historically, there were barriers to entry as to where you came from, what education you got. Now I think with COVID particularly, it's become impersonal. I mean, sometimes these face-to-face conversations are no longer required. You can remotely work from home. There are organizations, large global organizations, which have said, if you don't want to come to work ever, don't come. Just give us the quality of work. So I think there is now a global shift of appreciating output and valuing the output rather than the nuances of your associations and your which golf club you belong to, for example. So I think that there's a systematic change. What I find a little bit challenging is this instant gratification concept, and the point is that we have reached where we have reached over a number of years, and the inherent patience to be able to just observe, learn, is that patience is, I feel, getting a little less. I think the younger people nowadays want to graduate from school and want to sit on the CEO chair day one and say कि मुझे सब आता है, मैं सब कुछ कर सकता हूँ और मुझे किसी से कुछ पूछने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. ये जो चीज़ है ना, ये एक परेशान कुन मरला है, because while there is a lot of creativity, while there are lots of tools and knowledge and out of box ideas that these people absolutely bring to the table, which probably are not available in that senior cadre anymore because they are still very traditional. But it has to be a marriage of the two. It cannot be one or the other. I think they bring a lot, and the world will change. Some of the practices, some of the thinking, some of the tools that are being used will change, but it also requires time for these changes to be institutionalized. देखिए, ideas का a dime a dozen. There are thousands of ideas that are floating around, but very few ideas become viable business propositions or become or seen to be actually implemented. So आपको एक system के साथ काम करना है to be able to take your initiative, take your creativity, take your out of the box thinking, take your disruptive outlook, but work with the system to deliver it. Because idea आना तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट आइडिया को रियलिटी में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए आपको सिस्टम को इस्तेमाल करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. वहाँ आई फील देयर इज़ अ बिट ऑफ चेंज दैट नीड्स टू हैपन, बट इट्स हैपनिंग. यू सी इट हैपनिंग. थोड़ा पुश एंड पुल है, बट दैट्स एवोल्यूशन.